Welcome to my life. Um, I leave tomorrow. I'm excited and I'm nervous all at once. It's a really weird feeling. But I'm mostly excited. I have laundry I have to finish. I have to pack my bag. We leave at 8:30 in the morning. It should be interesting. But yeah. I don't know. I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm mostly excited. We'll just be honest, I'm mostly excited. I work today. Yeah. This should be interesting. I worked last night and some fucked up shit happened, and I guess you never really know somebody until they let their demons out to play. I am a person that has gone through a lot in my life. And I might not be the prettiest or the hottest or the most beautiful person in the world, but I don't know. You always hear about these stories happening to people that are like gorgeous, model like. I'm a bigger girl, first off, so I never expect anything like this to ever happen to me. And to feel that helpless is probably one of the worst feelings that I've ever had to go through. I have never, ever had to feel like that before. I'm not, like, yes, I am big, yes, I am fat, but at the same time, like, I'm not weak. I can still push a car by myself if I have to. I can still lift weights and I can still bench press and like I can lift pretty well. So I'm not a weakling. But I felt helpless. Legit felt helpless. And I didn't know how to handle that at all. So let me just clear my spot quick because my kids have been playing in my room. And we'll get right into this. So now that I am on your level and I am actually down where I should be, I work in a hospitality environment, basically meaning that we work around guests and hospitality services and stuff like that. So hospitality environments would be like hotels, like bigger restaurants, stuff like that. So it's not only food service, but like service on the other side. That would be the hospitality area. So I work in a hotel. And I love my job. I absolutely love it. It is quite possibly the best job that I've ever had. It's relaxed. It's not too uptight. The guests that come through are pretty easygoing. I haven't had too many issues. I mean, when football season comes around, you get some weirdos. But it's been really easygoing, and it's been super nice for so far. And I've been there for almost a year now. The thing is, sometimes you get somebody that doesn't know when to stop. So, we had this trucker come through, and when he first came in, he started talking to me, and, you know, truck drivers are in their trucks for hours on end, days on end. Like, they don't get too much communication or contact with other people, so I just assumed he was lonely. And I continued to talk to him, and from there we just kind of started hanging out, and we were being friends and stuff like that, because, I mean, literally he was there for almost a week. So I was being cool with him or whatever, and we were talking, you know, you feel lonely, you get depressed. I know, I've been there. So out of the goodness of my heart, I decided that, hey, I'll be friends with you, whatever. Long story short, he finds me on Facebook and adds me. And I was like, okay, that's no big deal. Like, it's Facebook. You clearly know the town that I live in because you were staying in the town that I live in. Like, it's okay. Well, then he comes and he stops in to visit. And from there, it gets creepy because he'll send me a message and be like, are you working? And I'll be like, yeah. And then he'll stop in to, like, use the microwave or whatever, which is totally cool. Like, again, truck drivers don't have much. Like, I just kind of assumed that it was one of those, I kind of need this amenity and you guys have it and we're cool, so I'll just stop in and use it. So he comes in and he'll sit on the couch or he'll sit on the chair and he'll just keep talking and talking and talking. And, like, it's totally fine or whatever. But at some point, you have to have boundaries. So, when I tell him that I have a boyfriend and he gets mad at me, obviously it sends a red flag. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And he invites me up to his room, and I tell him no. And then he continues to push the issue of, well, where's your boyfriend? Where's your boyfriend? Well, clearly he's not here because I'm working. Like, this is how this works. So it comes down to it. At one point, I actually had somebody there with me while he was there so that I didn't have to deal with him alone. Well, he decides that his truck is broken and it needs to be fixed. And the company that he works for doesn't want to put him in the hotel. They want to keep him in the truck for the night, which is totally understandable. And he tells them no, he wants a hotel room. Which, again, on his end, as a truck driver, you kind of want a shower and you want a bed, and that's understandable as well. So he asks if I'm working, and then he specifically requests to the company that he's working for that he wants to stay at my hotel. Okay, fine. Like, you just want to sit there and talk to me again. It's no big deal. Problem is, it's not that he just wants to talk. Now he wants to get touchy. Now he wants to get feely, and he wants to get personal, and I am not about to deal with this. So I get lucky because there's another truck driver that was there, and he had come in and he was talking to him for the most part, so I didn't have to deal with him. So I was never really left alone with him in the hotel itself. Like, I always had somebody there. And the other truck driver is really cool. He was really nice. He was there all weekend. Again, he was one of the people that was asking questions, and, like, he would talk to you and stuff, and I just assumed that it was him being lonely. And for the most part, this guy has been really super nice to me. The entire time that he's been at the hotel, he has made sure that if somebody's bothering me, or, like, if somebody came up, like, I know this girl had come up and she started screaming at me about the Wi-Fi because she couldn't open up her Internet Explorer on her phone because, according to her, she only had Chrome, which may or may not be possible. But he stepped in and he tried helping. So, I mean, it's not like he's being, like, weird or, you know, anything like that. Like, this guy has been super nice to me. And, but the original one has started to overstep his bounds a bit. And he starts making comments. And so I start making comments back because obviously now I already know, like, the general area of where he's from. I know what he lives in because he hasn't stopped talking. I know that he, you know, his parents and this and that. And so I'm like, okay, well, clearly I know a little bit of information. So he makes a comment because the one guy is from Illinois. And I told him, I was like, oh, is it nice down there? Blah, blah, blah. And then he told me about the weather this weekend because it's supposed to snow down there and stuff like that. And now we were going back and forth. And the first truck driver, we'll name him I decides that he's going to tell me that he doesn't feel the need to ever travel down there because that's just stupid. And without even missing a beat, I can't do anything. The first thing that pops out of my mouth is, sometimes it's nice to leave the trailer park once in a while. And he got upset. And driver 2 laughs and he goes, well, I mean, some people do go on vacation. It doesn't matter where you're going. Sometimes it's nice to travel to a different state, even if it's not that far. And he got a little upset or whatever, and I decides that he's gonna go out for a smoke break. So driver 2 goes with him. Now, mind you, driver 2 hasn't really left me alone with I the entire time. He can kind of tell that I'm uncomfortable. So, it gets close to the time that my night auditor is supposed to come in, and I goes outside. Well, I had assumed, as in me, that he had come back in from a smoke break and he went upstairs to go to bed. So I am going to punch out and walk out the door, and sure enough, there he is outside smoking another cigarette that he had just lit on purpose, waiting for me. And at this moment, it's only me. The hotel, you can't really hear too much behind the desk. Like, you can kind of hear if people are screaming right outside the front door, but he's off to the side, so she's not going to be able to hear me. There's people sleeping, and I can't be screaming too loud or whatever. And I want to bust my lungs out because I can't. And he grabs onto me, and he goes, "Where are you going?" "Excuse me? I'm done with work. I'm going home." "Let go." And he goes, "Can I get a hug?" And I was like, again, I'm already late. I need to leave. And at that point, he grabs onto me, grabs my butt, and demands that I kiss him. And that's when I start raising my voice. And I'm getting louder and louder. And I know damn well that them people that were in those rooms right there could clearly hear me. And I couldn't. So I told him I can't. I need to go. I'm late. I need to get my kids. Please let me go. And again, he continues, and he's grabbing my ass and groping me, and I couldn't. I could not for the life of me get him to let me go. And I was screaming before he actually let go. Like, I literally raised my voice so loud that my voice fucking squeaked. It was not pleasant at all. I was very uncomfortable and very not happy. And I couldn't for the life of me understand why. Why would you do that to somebody? You are 3 times my size, and you know damn well that I can't. Even if I physically wanted to, I cannot move a 400-pound person. There is no way that I can do that by myself. Not even if I had to, like, if my child was in danger, maybe, because mothers and parents and stuff like that, they get superhuman strengths when their child is in danger. My child is not in danger. I am. And somehow I cannot move this massive fucking man off of me. And I did not like it at all. I was very, very, very uncomfortable. And I texted my coworker right away. I was like, please make sure that you lock the door. Like, the door to the office, the door to the back by housekeeping. I was like, until you see him go upstairs and leave you alone, please lock the door. Like, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if it's just me that he's doing this to. I don't know what's happening, but I do know that she's paranoid. She doesn't like this idea. And I told her, I was like, the room that you can call is this room, this person's in it, and tell him that you need help at the front desk. And he's also a truck driver, so he's been able to distract him for the most part and stuff like that. And he had already told me, you know, if you need anything, let me know. But I couldn't believe it. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, how the fuck do I tell somebody, hey, by the way, I got harassed last night and I don't know what to do. I feel guilty, even though I didn't call for it, I didn't ask for it. I still feel guilty because I feel like I did something wrong. And as a person who was molested multiple times when they were younger, I feel guilty as hell. Like this morning, I literally just slept all morning. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to get ready. I didn't want to do any of it. And now I get to go back to work where I don't know if he's going to be there again today. And that's the hardest part, is to know that I have to go back to the place where it happened and somehow try to figure out how to escape him again if he's there. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I have to go. Bye.